Okay, hello once again, and as you probably remember, I'm Kudłaty Przygórzewski.
And I am Furion.
Okay, today we will make a shorter video because we will be talking about Bretonnia. There is no way we can talk half an hour about Bretonnian comp score. The Bretonnia was the only army that was having the most of the time no restrictions.
Yes, the Bretonnia was always like the example of a balanced army. Like, okay, they had their, I don't know, multiple paladins and trebuchets and their second scroll.
They had their better things in their builds,
yes.
Most of the armies ran two trebuchet. However, overall results of the army are quite balanced. It has got most pairings around the draw. It rather doesn't crush any army. And it doesn't lose heavily to most of the list.
Yes, and this is why we perceive Bretonnians as the example of a balanced army, right?
It's one of the best rated armies for comping, because it doesn't need it.
Yes, and therefore we would suggest to drop the restriction of no second scroll for Bretonnia.
Yes, the thing is, okay, it's worth taking two scrolls in Bretonnia. It is magic vulnerable. However, it's a whole army vulnerable to metal, vulnerable to death.
Yes, because they only have like initiative 3 on most units.
Yes, I think it's even more vulnerable to death than to metal, because losing like one Pegasus per spell is not a drama, but getting a purple sun through a lance,
yes, it is a problem.
It's a hard problem.
And even if you won't roll enough on a range die, you'll still block the
impossible
lance from moving.
Yes. So the thing is that the overall results doesn't show Bretonnia as the army that is reasonably better. So there is no need to comp it.
Well, maybe there is some need, but if we decide that we want to think about whether to allow Bretonnian's second scroll or not, this is like so insightful level of balance. It's like the balance not by 50% but by a 0.1%, stuff like that.
We are not on that level of making restrictions to making such details as a scroll in Bretonnia, and we should keep in mind one thing. We already learned to play Bretonnia with second scroll, and
it didn't dominate.
It didn't dominate the meta, and we assume that it may happen that the metal would be more popular lore than last year.
Due to Monstrous Cavalry
yes.
omnipresent.
Yes, because a lot of army sees metal as an answer for some of their problems. So it may happen that scroll would be even more important for Bretonnia, and it would be even worse army than it was before.
And that's pretty much what this video is.
Yes, I think it's such an obvious thing that the Bretonnia wouldn't appear better book after book, that we don't have to make it worse.
Okay, and that's it. This video is over 3 minutes, which is way more than needed to figure out that Bretonnians actually can have the second scroll.
Yes, maybe we'll cut some sand to make it shorter.
Yeah, I think. Okay, thank you.